These are the top 10 Maxi scooters in 2025. Let's get into it. Now, Maxi scooters are a bit of an unsung hero in the UK. You could say the Swiss Army knife of the biking world. Basically because you can often fit loads under the seat, they're comfortable to ride in town, longer distances, and maintaining top speed is no issue at all. And they now even come with adventure clothes on if you want them. You see them everywhere in Europe and further afield, but UK riders seem a little bit hesitant to take that step into maxi comfort, unless you're Michael Neves on your Tmax. Love that thing. Anyway, here are 10 examples of versatile maxi scooters that we think are the best for 2025. In at number 10, we have the BMW CEO4. We'll start with the maxi scooter that won't be beaten off the line by any other on this list. The CEO4 is BMW's premium electric offering with a serious amount of acceleration potential. Though it is quite pricey, it sits at £12,190. It's the second most expensive scooter on this list, but the running costs could be cheaper over the years. I did ride this one at the launch in Barcelona whilst I was at Visor Down, and it's seriously fun. Though the range, from memory as well, it did deplete pretty quickly when riding at full tilt, and I was purely chasing that torque off the line. It's got a list-topping 62 Newton meters of torque, and it's a very enjoyable and engaging ride. It's certainly an electric ride, if you pardon the pun. Under-seat storage is a little bit smaller than you'd expect, but it's a little compartment on the side of the scooter with a little door. And I'm not sure I could actually squeeze my helmet in there, but you'll have to check my review on that one. The seat is a long bench style. It adds to that futuristic look, and it rides well, but your adventures will be confined to short hops due to the range and recharging nature, with around 80 miles between full and empty, and then the charging in between. Would you go electric for your next maxi? It makes sense in towns and cities and short distances at least. It's great fun, but that price tag is £12,190. It's a little bit much. And is it ugly? Sort of. Next in at number 9, we have the Kymco CVR5. We saw this one at the EICMA show in Milan at the tail end of 2024. And though it's early days for the first adventure maxi from Kymco, we're yet to really see further concrete information on price and availability in the UK. But an early look does seem very promising. In my opinion, it's got great style, it's a single cylinder, it's got respectable 34.4 brake horsepower and 40 Newton meters of torque. There's tech including pivoting torque management with an inverted fork, monoshock, ABS and traction control, tyre pressure monitoring, keyless ignition, and it weighs in at 210 kilograms. All in, if the price is right, this could be a great pick from a respected scooter brand. Though, as you may see in the video, the scooter was being worked on whilst we were filming. I do wonder what they're up to. But it looks great. Number 9 is a good spot for it, and I hope it does come to the UK. Moving to number 8, we've got the Peugeot XP400 GT. With a UK distribution network now set up, you'll likely be seeing plenty more Peugeots on UK roads in 2025. Potentially, anyway, as the XP400 looks like a top scooter, but it is veering into expensive territory, particularly for a 400 at £7,899 base price. But for your money, you get 36.7 brake horsepower and 38.1 Newton meters of torque, with Peugeot stating it offers the best performance in its category. Plus, you get a smart key, 5-inch TFT connected dash with turn-by-turn navigation, LED lighting, a USB socket. So a lot of stuff that you'd expect, along with these semi-knobbly tyres and wire-spoked rims that give it that little bit of adventure flair. It does look really nice in person. Of course, we saw it at Motorcycle Live, and I do love a little beak on the front in any bike, but especially on this one. But it is a little bit more expensive than the BMW C400 GT that seems to have a little bit more in the way of tech features. Though this one does have ABS and combined braking, and it's entirely manufactured in France as opposed to China, so perhaps it's a bit more of a manufacturing cost and you're paying for that French machinery. All in, looks very nice. Number 7, we have the Suzuki Bergman 400. Now, the Eternal Bergman 400 is proving, to this day, a very popular maxi scooter. Though don't tell that to Brett here at Bike Matters, because for some reason he's not too fond of them. Well, that's a bit harsh. He doesn't mind them, but he's often saying how the 400 just hasn't been updated in quite a few years. It's well overdue a refresh, and it could be well due some more mod cons thrown in. So why is it at number 6? It's an honest commuter, it rides well, and it's as no fuss as it gets. It doesn't quite have the raw power and tech, particularly when you think that there was a previous bigger Bergman, but it does have 42 litres of storage under the seat, which will fit you one full face helmet, plus some other little bits and pieces. And Suzuki's advanced immobiliser system and easy start system features, plus traction control. And as of writing in 2025, you do get a free top box if you buy one brand new, which is always nice for £7,199. Now, a quick mention goes out to Lexham Insurance, who power Bike Matters. If you're in the market for a scooter or motorcycle quote, whether it's a new quote or a renewal, head over to lexhaminsurance.co.uk and you can get yourself a quote, or you can try them direct over the phone. But big thanks to Lexham. Number 6, we have the BMW C400X. So there's two options from BMW in the 400cc Maxi scooter class, the Gran Turismo and the more adventurous X, both with tweaks for their respective riders. Now, updated in 2025 with Euro 5 Plus homologation, the single-cylinder motor is shared between the two, so you get 34 brake horsepower and 35 Nm of torque. You get plenty of tech features, I'll list them now. Cornering ABS Pro, dynamic brake control, dynamic traction control, engine drag torque control, MSR, and a 6.5-inch TFT display, plus a few little other bits and pieces. But there's a lot more there. Plus you get the potential for more in the accessories catalogue, which BMW would love you to do. I'll go for the X on this list with its R1250 GS-esque front light and knobbly tyres, though the GT does also look quite decent. Both are largely made by Bavarian's production partner Longxin in China, alongside the F800 and F900, and have been doing so since September 2007. So they're doing very well. £7,340 for this price. Very nice indeed. We're at the halfway mark now, and it's the Kymco AK550 Premium. So premium by name, premium scooter. Taiwanese marque Kymco has been selling a number of these for years and years and years. We've reviewed it at Bike Matters and we loved it. The power and style on offer here is a big reason it's worth a look. Now, Kymco does have the new 575 Premium for 2025, but after speaking to Kymco and not really seeing it around or any publications putting anything about it, I'm not sure it's coming to the UK, unfortunately. If it was coming to the UK, it would certainly be in this place, maybe even higher. Until then, the premium AK550 has cruise control, an electronic throttle with 2 rider modes, rain power, AIBS is like ABS, but I guess cornering, an electric windshield, a center console inspired by piano keys, ooh la, and all just shy of 10 grand. Very nice. And if I'm not wrong, Steve Parrish has one of these as well. That's pretty cool. He called it the dog's bollocks on Instagram, which is just quite funny. Moving to number 4, and just out of the top 3, is the Honda X-ADV 750. Now, Honda's adventure scooter is a weird one, but in the best way possible. It's got DCT, it's got that off-road guys, it's wildly popular in Italy, and an absolute hoot to ride. We had this in for review, well, the 2024 model at least, and it really, really impressed. The style is spot on, the ride is great, easy to just get on with, and I really enjoyed it. It's got a lovely bark to it. Now, whether you decide to take this off-road is up to you, but some have said that it's seriously adept. You can even stand up on the pegs if you have them fitted, and it's actually good to control when you're stood up. It feels like an adventure bike, which is so strange. 2025 editions include new dual LED headlights, a one-hand adjustable screen, updated DCT, which is basically tweaks to the low speed response, and it now has cruise control. One possible negative here is that it's a little bit wide between the legs, and getting your feet to the ground is a little bit difficult, particularly if you've got shorter legs. It was a slight struggle for me, and I'm 6'3". Brett just about got his toes to the ground, and I think he's about 4'11", maybe 5'5". More pros and cons in the full review in the top right, and this could certainly be number 1 on another day, but I did really enjoy reviewing this one. Price is £11,249 though, so it's a little bit expensive, but I don't think you'd regret it. It's a great scooter. First spot in the top 3 goes to the Sym Maxsym TL508, and this looks very good for the money, especially if you can grab it for £7,699 as I saw it online for, brand new. That's incredible. The double overhead cam twin does well in the performance rankings, with Sym quoting 50-50 weight distribution and powerful braking with dual front discs and steel braided hoses, which is wild on a maxi scooter in my eyes. It's a style influenced by modern superbikes as well. Can you see which ones? Maybe an old R1 at the front, maybe? Moving on, you've got upside down forks, a multi-link suspension with off-sided monoshock, and some solid power figures that handily fits right in at the A2 license limit. Simply enough, I think that some of these options are getting a little bit pricey, and Sym's offering could well be a good balance of the tech on offer, a good motor, and nice performance for a Maxi on the road. If you've got one, let me know what it's like to own, because I'm seriously curious. Now the price, just to mention, originally was £9,499, £7,699 from a dealership in the UK, brand new. In at number 2 is the Yamaha Tmax Tech Max. So arguably, for some, the best on the list, but it's number 2 this time round, and for me, that's because of the price tag. In the UK, we only get the Tmax Tech Max, which admittedly is the premium offering with all the gadgets and probably more than you'd ever know what to do with, but you do pay a hefty price for the best of the best. As a brief rundown, for the 2025 Tmax Tech Max, there's Euro 5 Plus refinements, of course, a new brake control system, cruise control, traction control, 2-position D mode, a 7-inch dash with Garmin integration, an electric screen, heated seat, adjustable suspension, a motorcycle-style aluminium chassis. This just has it all. It could be the poster child for all Maxi scooters out there. And as Michael Neves of MCM will tell you, it's an absolute worldie of a machine. It does it all, and he uses it on the daily, he says. But it does miss out on the top spot to one eternal rival, ... Price is £14,400 on this one, so you do certainly pay for it. But it's got 47 brake horsepower and 55 Newton meters of torque, so I think you'd have fun riding it. In at number 1, the Honda Forza 750. Pure power. I found the Forza 750 to be essentially a sports bike in a scooter shape. A great tourer, but perfectly happy to dart around town and do everything a Maxi scooter needs to. I genuinely loved it. I think it's probably said by anyone who rides the Forza 750, it just does everything and it's so fun. As of writing, the 2025 price is to be officially confirmed, as far as I could see, but rumoured to go up a little bit this year. The 2024 model was £10,499, and it's always a little bit cheaper than the X-ADV, that it of course shares a motor with. So I'd guess £10,549. Of course, the updates, similar to the X-ADV, include standard fit cruise control, new style with that DCT tweak for further improvements to an already great system, especially at the low end. And it goes along with the new eco approach with Durabio, painted black parts all around the bodywork, an added internal light for the underseat compartment, plus more legroom in the step floor area. You're quoted to get over 200 miles range per 13.2 litre tank, and I think it will just be smiles the entire time. At least it was when I rode it. Yes, the 57.8 ponies do win me over, but it has a very competitive offering for a decent price, and it's Honda. It's going to be unbeatable, particularly when it comes to reliability, they say. You could also consider the more A2 sized ADV 350 and Forza 350. They're great little runners, and just covered those smaller A2 friendly scooters in a dedicated video here for Bike Matters. So go check that out if you want some smaller options. And just before you go, my pick of the lot. I'm going to go for the Kymco AK550, but why is that? Years ago, Brett reviewed one here at Bike Matters. He absolutely loved it. I didn't get to really ride it properly, but because of all of the rest on this list, and considering it's got a decent tech package, good power, and it's seriously comfortable, I think this one wins for me this year in 2025. Thank you so much for watching. Have a watch of our A2 Max scooters next with Jess. Ciao, and see you again.